So we are currently still sitting in an extreme nail-biting scenario in regards to Tesla stock, and that's precisely the reason why when you parse through and zoom in, you see Tesla stock has pretty much just been bouncing in this range, and that's because market participants are worried about what's going to be taking place on June 13th. Now, yesterday there was a bit of optimism in regards to what the likely outcome will be in regards to some of the decisions in the voting for June 13th. However, I want to go ahead and share a couple reasons why you should still be concerned. Now, for those of you guys that are unaware, yesterday in my community post on YouTube, I shared how there was breaking news and how Elon posted that 90% of retail investors who have voted so far voted in favor of his stock compensation plan. Now, by the way, make sure to subscribe to the channel because I often post breaking news in regards to the markets and Tesla in the community post. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. But I shared this screenshot from Elon from X stating how so far roughly 90% of retail investors who have voted in favor of both resolutions. The public sentiment is unequivocally supportive. Now, a lot of individuals started kind of just cheering and saying, okay, look, everything's all good. We're fine from here. Elon Musk is going to get his pay package. We're probably going to be able to do that move, to Texas. So everything's good for Tesla. But let's go ahead and take a look at the price action for Tesla. We see that we're not actually seeing Tesla push upwards. We saw Tesla have a little bit of a moment in the first few minutes of the trading session for today, but ultimately is still pushing downwards. Now, what this tells me is that the market is still concerned. Now, you may be saying, well, Justin, 90% of retail investors who have already have voted in favor of Elon Musk's pay package. So this is good. This means on Thursday, we're going to have great news and Tesla's going to finally break up. Well, here's the bad news, right? The problem is that, first of all, we're having large financial institutions still vote against Elon Musk's pay package. For example, California State Teachers Retirement System, one of the largest pension funds in this country, has voted against Elon Musk's $56 billion pay package, right? This is a large financial institution. We also have a few other ones who have voted against it. And you're saying, okay, well, it doesn't matter. The retail investors are voting for this. It doesn't matter what the institutions are doing. Well, we have to take a look at the percentages, right? So when we take a look, we see that institutions own roughly 43.98%. That leaves retail investors currently at around 56 point something, right? Let's just go ahead and do round numbers. Everyone loves round numbers. We'll say that institutional investors own 40% of Tesla and retail investors own 60% of Tesla. Okay, so that's good, right? Because 60%, a majority of it is held with retail. So that's definitely good news. But here's the problem. A lot of individuals who are retail investors don't even know how to vote for the pay package or how to vote for any other of the decisions before June 13th. And so that's a concern. So first of all, not all of retail knows how to vote. Secondly, even if they all did, it's only 90%. It's not like we're having 100%. 100% of the 60% all voting yes and in favor. We just have 60%, right? And the majority of them voting, 90% of them voting. But that doesn't mean that every single retail investor that has, ownership in Tesla is voting. And so that's bad news. And here's how we could kind of determine what I'm trying to say, right? So we have over here Alexandra Mers, which was reposted by Elon. I'm still learning, tweets and posts and reposted and retweets, right? It's still new to me. Twitter, X, whatever. She said, please, everyone, check that they voted with every account holding Tesla shares. You should have control numbers per account or link from your brokerage account, etc. And we've been seeing Elon Musk and the Tesla board constantly just repost like, hey guys, make sure to vote, make sure to vote. And the reason they're doing this is because retail investors don't really know how to even participate in this vote. But guess what? The financial institutions, right? The institutional money, they definitely know how to vote. And so even though the institutional money is only roughly around 40%, if a majority of them are voting no, and they actually know how to vote, well, that could still be bad news. And so it's really just a game of percentages, and that's why it's still a nail-biting situation. I saw, some of the other individuals who cover Tesla, like Matt Posius, he made a video sharing how Elon Musk just revealed a crucial voting stat. He's referring to this tweet, right, or this post right over here. And he was kind of doing like a victory dance over here, saying this is good news. We also had Curious Peggy, this guy over here, saying, look, and I actually watch the videos, right, of these guys sometimes. And he mentioned Tesla drops a bombshell to Tesla investors and how this is good news. But yes, it is good news that a majority of retail investors who have voted are voting in favor of both resolutions. But still, it's not 100% of them. And also, most of retail doesn't even know how to vote, which is why we're constantly seeing so many people trying to share exactly how to vote. I can't tell you how many times I was scrolling on X and, I see someone talking about, the how to vote. And they're like, look, I give up. I don't know how to do it. I'm not getting the emails. I even saw some of the notable Tesla channels. Like, I don't, I got to remember the names. There's so many channels that cover Tesla stock exclusively. I don't consider myself a Tesla channel. I try to cover everything else. But unfortunately, Tesla is a big, I say unfortunately, Tesla is something I cover a lot on this channel. But even some of the large channels, I can't remember the names, but I saw them posting on X saying, look, I don't know how to vote. I can't find them now, but they said, look, I don't know how to vote. And for those that are, making it this far in this video and you're wondering, well, why does this matter? Well, we've heard Elon Musk in the past share how, look, if he doesn't get his majority ownership in Tesla, he may have to spin off some of the robotics and some of the AI segments into other companies. That's not good, especially when in previous earnings calls or these meetings, he's shared that Tesla's valuation is based off the robotics and the AI. And so to say that he could spin it off, well, that's not good. We also had Tesla board member Robin Denholm, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, sent a letter to shareholders imploring investors to give Elon Musk his 2018 pay deal. Now, I know people sometimes comment, what did you vote? I voted in favor, okay? Look, I voted in favor despite me having some issues on some of the things that Elon Musk does. I'm like, hey, just pay the guy. Look, I have ownership in Tesla. I want Tesla to do well, and I want, obviously the robotic segment, which is something I'm very excited for to do well. The AI segment, I'm still a little bit iffy on, but I'm very interested in the robotic segment. That's just me personally. But they mentioned how if Tesla is to retain Elon's attention and motivate him to continue to devote his time, energy, and ambition and vision to deliver comparable results in the future, we must stand by our deal. And essentially what they're saying is that if Elon Musk doesn't get this pay package, he's not going to be motivated to go ahead and continue doing well by Tesla, which is kind of a red flag. And they say, look, it's not the money. It's obviously not the money. Elon Musk doesn't need the money. He's one of the richest people in the world. It's just Elon Musk requires something different. And whatever the motivation is, right, the concern is if we don't get this vote, we don't know what Elon Musk has in his mind or what his plan is. Will he kind of just say, look, I won't give my full attention anymore, or look, I'll give my full attention to Tesla, but we're just splitting it up. Tesla's just a car company. Robotics is going to be with XAI, and the AI is going to be with X. Who knows? But this is why you see this taking place within the markets. I know some people are saying, Justin, but why are you coming up with this conclusion? It's not me. The market is waiting. When you see this consolidation taking place, that's the market saying, look, I don't know what to do with this position in Tesla. Should we buy more, or should we be concerned and start selling? You see, the market is uncertain, especially when let's take a look at SPY, right? Just like recently, we had SPY hit all-time highs, or when I say SPY, I mean the S&P 500. We're seeing it, push up for today. Let's go ahead and zoom in. So it's not too hard to see that we're probably gonna, hit all-time highs once again. That's something I shared within the Push and Profit private group. Which, by the way, if you want to have access to my daily briefings and my trade ideas, make sure to check out the second link in the description of this video. But I shared how pretty much, and let's go ahead and take a look at SPX. It's a little better of a view. I shared how, and I shared this weeks in advance. I think a couple months in advance, that by June, somewhere in the middle, we're likely to hit $5,400 in the S&P 500 index. We're just a few points off, right? We're pretty much there. And so the market has been pushing upwards while Tesla, which I've been pretty, vocal about that, Tesla was likely to fall down. I shared a video back in December 28th that Tesla was going to fall down and I'm not buying. I bought a little bit, after this earnings call over here, April 13th, I made another video, but haven't been buying a lot of Tesla, and I'm certainly not going to buy more when there's still uncertainty, right? Again, you do whatever you see value in. I know some of the other individuals, I saw Curious Peggy saying, look, I'm loading up. I know this is going to definitely go in his favor. I don't want to play that game of trying to take that risk that's going to go in his favor, because even though he made that post, and we're talking about Elon, even though he made this post, we have to understand only the people who have voted so far in retail, and it's 90% of them, so it's not 100. And so again, just think back to 40, 60, 60%. Not the entire 60% has voted. Most of them don't even know how to vote, and then only 90% of the ones who have voted. So big red flag, still concerning. I'm not doing a victory dance just yet. You guys know I like to wait for confirmation, and that confirmation is still not here. And I know I've been getting a lot of hate, especially because I've been kind of not buying Tesla. I've been talking about this entire year of buying NVIDIA. We bought NVIDIA within the Push and Profit private group pretty much before it broke out back in December. I even showed the receipts in previous videos just talking about how we broke it out, or we bought before it broke out. And people have been upset like, oh, you're buying NVIDIA. And, people were telling me NVIDIA was at its top right over here. We saw NVIDIA go over here. Then when it fell down, oh, look, NVIDIA reached its top. We're seeing NVIDIA still push upwards, guys. And I know, like, I talk about Tesla a lot, but Tesla at this point makes up only a small percentage of my long-term portfolio at this current time, as so many other things have ran up, and so I haven't been buying Tesla as much as I have before. But with that said, guys, you let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think it's going to go in Elon Musk's favor? I'm crossing my fingers that it does, right? Because I still have exposure. I think people get that wrong. They're like, oh my God, you hate Tesla. No. I still have exposure. I'm just not buying more right now. Just not yet. But you guys let me know. And before you guys go, also check out this next video right over here, talking about how to interpret line charts. Definitely a great video. And I'll see you guys on that next video. Take care, guys.